Hello there, everybody at OLPH. This is your pastor coming at you with this week's installment of Flock Notes. And our crew of people, a crew of volunteers, are diligently working getting prepared for our rummage sale. There's a lot of stuff down there. And the sales will begin Friday at 3 p.m. and through that evening. And then it'll open again Saturday morning at, I believe, 8 o'clock. And so come and see what it is that and let me just say, on Saturday they'll at noon they're going to shut down. And then so come and see what, if there's anything there you can use. I was looking around there today. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm like thinking, if I had more room in my house, I'd probably get some of this stuff, but I don't, so I won't. So but there is some good stuff there as well, and some fine jewelry, some fine other stuff. If maybe we're looking for something a little bit nicer, we have some of that stuff too that people have donated. And so that's this Friday and Saturday. Also too, coming up then, if you have leftover stuff at your house, electronics that need recycling, we're having here at the parish, there'll be electronic recycling, e-recycling, TV and computer recycling on September 28th from 9, that's a Saturday, from 9 to noon. It'll be down in the lower parking lot, in the school parking lot. And so you can come and donate that old TV that you don't use, or maybe it doesn't work, or maybe that old computer like I had about 2 years ago. I had a computer that I'd had for about 12 years. I'm like, yeah, it's time to probably get rid of this. And those other electronic things that we have, TVs, computers, all these things, that will have the recycling event coming to. Also, the 40 Days for Life is coming up, where we make a stand for life. And our day is Friday to come together as a people of our parish to pray down at the Planned Parenthood in El Cajon. And all that information is in the bulletin. Our contact person, their name and number is in the bulletin as well. So if that's something that interests you, please reach out and make that stand for life. Make that stand that God calls us. God gives us the courage to make that stand. And He has created all in His image and likeness, even those who have yet to be born. And so with that, yes, that's coming up as well. We also have coming up for those people who are lectors or would like to be lectors. We're having a training coming up, and that is coming up on Monday, September 30th, and that'll be in the church. And I noticed you probably see me looking down. I'm looking down here at my notes so I don't give wrong dates, wrong times on these things. And so Monday, September 30th, for those who are existing lectors and for those who would like to be lectors. It's from 7 to 9 p.m. in the church. And then also, a few days later, on Wednesday, October 2nd, for those people who are already ministers of communion or would like to be ministers of communion. We'll have a meeting in the church, 7 to 9, so that we're all on the same page with this stuff. And we for those of you, both for the lector and for the communion minister training, for those of you who have been in those ministries for a while, this will be a review. For those of you who might be new to this ministry, this will be a training session in what we do and why we do it. And so I invite those people who are or want to be lectors, those people who are or want to be communion ministers, to please come to one of those two sessions, whichever applies to you, and all the information is in the bulletin about that. Also, coming up next week, starting on Tuesday, Father Min and myself will be at our annual convocation with the other priests of San Diego. And so on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning at 8 a.m., we will have our deacons will be doing a communion service for us. And so on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, our normal 8 a.m. Mass will be a communion service that's facilitated by your deacons. And so, with all of that, keep your eyes and ears posted to the bulletin, to the ads that are below me, to those announcements that are made at Mass, so that we can all be on the same page. I also wanted to mention, I almost forgot, the Harbor House, which is in the old convent here, the Harbor House Ministries is hosting a barbecue, a potluck barbecue. So they will be barbecuing stuff, and bring whatever dish you want to share if you're so willing to come. And this will be on Saturday. They start at 5 p.m. But there at the Harbor House in the backyard, there'll be places, and I will open up the driveway to the property where the pastor lives, where the soccer field is. So there'll be additional parking, and we park on the street. We park up and down the driveway. We park in the available spots. And so they've invited all of you, I should say, the people of OLPH to come to this barbecue, and we can share community in yet another way with one another. And also, too, I just want to make this mention that after the last Masses on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, which is usually the Saturday 5 p.m. Mass and the Sunday 5 p.m. Mass, after that, 1/2 hour after the Mass, the fences around, the one that leads out to Pinot Drive, and the sliding fence that's down below, as well as the fences that lead to the stairs, those will be locked 1/2 hour after Mass. And so we're just trying to keep the campus secure for not only the security of the campus, but for the safety and security of all of you as well. And so, like I said, keep posted to those notes, those flock notes, or I should say, those announcements, the bulletin, and also the ads below me, so that we can keep posted on what's going on here at OLPH. And I just wanted to give you really briefly what we're gonna hear in the readings this Sunday, and what we're gonna hear in the second reading. It especially ties into the gospel. So what we'll hear in the second reading is from the letter of St. James. And it says, "Beloved, where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder and every foul practice." And that's just the beginning of what we hear in the second reading. And then we flip over to the gospel, and that we see the disciples are talking about something. And Jesus knew exactly what they were talking about, but he just he walks up on them and says, just to see what they were saying, or what they claim they were saying. "Hey, what were you guys talking about here?" And what they were talking about is they were arguing who among them was the greatest. And so we see how this ties in exactly to what the book of James tells us in the second reading. Because those who claim they're the greatest, we see jealousy in their lives. They're jealous of others because they want to be the greatest. And we even saw that, like we hear in the gospel, among the disciples. That I'm better than you because of this, or I'm better than you because of that. And these are things that I think appear in our lives in various ways. That we might not voice these things, but maybe in the back of our minds we think that, somehow our life is better than theirs because we're going down this path, and from what we can tell, they're going down that path. But they don't know our secrets, our skeletons in our closets, and we don't know theirs in many instances. And so that's why we come together as a community and we pray for one another and we support one another as a community. And with that, I want to say, I hope you all have had a great week and hope to see you all in Mass on Sunday.